Hey, it's your pal Fernbark, and today we're going to take a look at this AllPowers power station. What it is a battery with a 110 volt 200 watt output, and it has two USB-A connectors and one USB-C connector on the side. The 110 outlet is 200 watts. It has a surge of 240, so you're going to want to not stress this too much because it will trigger it to shut off if you surge that too far, which is pretty easy to do. You got one button to turn it on the front. Our display. The display is pretty easy to read. I'm down to 9%. I'm going to charge it up here in just a second. You got two USB-A outputs. Each one of those are 5 volt and 2.5 amp. So pretty low power output. You get your input, your DC out, and your AC output display right here. You get your time remaining and a little battery gauge to let you know how much you got left. On the side, you have your USB Type-C, which is a power delivery port. It's a 60 watt port, so you can either charge or it's in or out with the power. Your DC input right here is where you were going to connect a just your regular kind of brick that puts out 18 volts and 2 amps. Now, this is also the same spot that's going to be your solar hookup. You can input up to 90 watts of power into this, and it's actually worked pretty decent. And then you have buttons to turn on your AC out and your USB out. So right now I have a solar panel hooked up to this power station. And my solar panel only puts out 18 volts, which works out perfectly for this situation. Before you hook a panel up, you're going to make sure that that the voltage is definitely in line with what this unit can accept and the power output that it can accept. So my panel is 18 volts and 160 watts, but it never puts out anywhere near that much. So just because it's just not that efficient, so it's been working great. Here we can see that I have 80 watts of DC input. I don't have anything plugged in, so we're not showing any output. And I've already gone from 9% to 12%. The 14 hours is how long this unit will run if you hook something up to it. It's not 15 hours till it charges. It took me a couple days to figure that out. I have actually been operating this thing in this exact fashion for a little over 2 days now, and I only have to charge it about twice a day. So I've been running my phone and my cellular booster off of this thing and charging another phone or device on occasion, and it's working pretty slick. So if you want to know how long it's going to take to charge this off of whatever input source that you have, it's pretty simple to figure out. The battery in here is only 152 watt hours. So at 85 watts of input, it's going to take a little under 2 hours to get it charged up. Just for a battery comparison size, my 9 amp hour Ryobi 18 volt battery has 162 watt hours, so it's just a little bit bigger battery than what comes inside of here. Or you could say this is a pretty small battery for a power station. One thing of note, the 110 outlet is a modified sine wave inverter. So if you need a pure sine wave, that's not this guy right here. But having said that, a lot of the things that I would probably use in a 200 watt range, like if I was going to charge a laptop or something of that nature, is going to have a brick that plugs into here, and then it's going to convert it to DC to go to somewhere else. And I've never had any trouble with those operating on a modified sine wave inverter. So just because I can, I've plugged in my little refrigerator. It only uses about 60 watts. As you can see, we're pulling 58, and this inverter handles it easily. One thing that I did forget is that there is in fact a wireless charging spot on the top of this. It's 5 watts, so not super fast, but it's easy to just lay your phone on there and charge up. None of my phones do that, so I wasn't able to test that out and see if it works. But I will say I haven't used this for a couple, 3 days. Pretty decent little unit. A lot of the limitations are basically because it has such a small amount of battery in it. You can't get really much surge capacity out of a battery that small. But if you're understanding of the limitations of this unit and you get it on sale, it's a pretty good deal for the price. I'm going to have a coupon code down below, and you can I don't know how long that's going to be good for, but go ahead and check that out. Plus these guys have sales all the time, so check it out and maybe you get it on sale. That's a good deal then.